Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Poor girl says to the billionaire, "Hi sir, my mother has a ring just like yours," but what happened next left the girl shocked. Before we start, make sure you subscribe for more amazing stories. Once upon a time in a faraway country, there was an extremely wealthy man who was regarded as a billionaire. He was so wealthy that he could afford anything he desired. But despite his great wealth, the man was very lonely because no one wanted to be friends with him. Because of this, he decided to hold a party and invite all of the town's people in hopes that someone would become his friend. However, the party did not go as planned, since no one wanted to get close to him. Everyone was only interested in taking his money, and were only trying to get on his good side in order to get some of his money. The billionaire felt terrible about how everyone treated him, but he didn't understand why. At that moment, a young woman approached him. The woman was dressed shabbily, but her beauty was undeniable. The billionaire was taken aback by the young woman's beauty and could untake his eyes off of her. He then invited her to the party and asked if she would dance with him. She agreed, and as they danced, the billionaire became more at ease. For the first time in a long time, he had forgotten about his problems. After some time, the woman informed the billionaire that she had to leave. He inquired as to whether she would accompany him home. She agreed and informed him that she resided in a small apartment. On the way to her apartment, the billionaire kept thinking about the young woman. He was completely captivated by her. When they arrived at her apartment, he discovered that it was quite tiny and old. However, the billionaire was unconcerned because he was more interested in the young woman than her house. When they got inside, she offered him some tea and sat down next to him. They began discussing various topics, and the billionaire discovered that the woman was extremely intelligent and witty. He also learned that her name was Maria. Maria informed him that she worked as a waitress in a nearby restaurant to support herself. Despite being incredibly beautiful, no one ever asked her out. This perplexed the billionaire because he couldn't understand why a woman as lovely as Maria was alone. After spending some time together, Maria prepared dinner for him. It was a humble meal, but the billionaire enjoyed it. As they ate, the billionaire couldn't help but notice a ring on Maria's finger. It was an exquisite ring that he believed was priceless. Couldn't take his eyes off it because he had never seen such a beautiful ring before. After dinner, the billionaire couldn't bring himself to leave. He spent the night with Maria and fell in love with her. They talked for hours, and when it was time for him to leave, he promised to return. The billionaire couldn't stop thinking about Maria after he got home. He couldn't get her off his mind. He couldn't wait to see her again. The following day, he returned to her apartment. Maria was overjoyed to see him, and they spent the entire day together. As their relationship grew, the billionaire became more infatuated with Maria. He couldn't understand how such a lovely and intelligent woman could be ignored by others. One day while they were having lunch, the billionaire couldn't take his eyes off Maria's ring. He then inquired about its origin. Maria explained that it was a family heirloom that had been passed down through generations. She also told him that she wasn't aware of how valuable it truly was until recently. The billionaire was taken aback by this. He had never seen a ring as beautiful as Maria's. He couldn't understand how something so lovely could have been overlooked for so long. He then made up his mind to do something special for Maria. He decided to buy her a new ring. He wanted it to be even more beautiful than the one she already had. He went to a nearby jewelry store and picked out the most stunning ring he could find. It was a large diamond ring that he believed Maria would adore. He then returned to Maria's apartment with the ring. Maria was taken aback by the ring. She couldn't believe how beautiful it was. She thanked the billionaire profusely, but he told her not to mention it. He was overjoyed to have made her happy. They continued to date for a few months, and the billionaire couldn't imagine his life without Maria. He had never felt so happy and at ease around anyone before. He was head over heels in love with her. One day, the billionaire proposed to Maria. He got down on one knee and asked her to marry him. Maria was taken aback. She couldn't believe that the billionaire was asking her to marry him. She had never imagined that she would one day marry a man as wealthy as the billionaire. However, she couldn't say no to him. She'd fallen in love with him and knew that he was the man she wanted to spend the rest of her life with. She said yes, and the two were soon married. After the wedding, Maria and the billionaire moved into a large mansion together. Maria was stunned by the mansion. It was huge and beautiful, and she couldn't believe that she was fortunate enough to live there. The billionaire, on the other hand, was overjoyed to have Maria by his side. He had finally found someone who he could share his life with, and he knew that he had made the correct decision by marrying her. However, their blissful life together did not last long. One day, the billionaire's mother came to visit. When the billionaire introduced his mother to Maria, she was taken aback. She couldn't believe that her son had married a woman from the streets. She tried to hide her disdain for Maria, but it was evident on her face. The billionaire was furious with his mother for treating Maria so poorly, couldn't believe that she would judge his wife in this manner. He had married Maria because he loved her, and he would not allow his mother to treat her poorly. He confronted his mother and informed her that if she couldn't treat Maria with respect, she should leave. His mother was taken aback by this. She hadn't anticipated that the billionaire would defend Maria. She knew that she had gone too far this time and apologized to Maria. She then promised to treat her like a daughter from now on. Maria accepted her apology, and the two became friends. The billionaire's mother was overjoyed to have Maria as her daughter-in-law. She had never seen a woman as lovely and intelligent as Maria. She couldn't believe that she had judged her so harshly in the beginning. She felt guilty for treating Maria poorly and vowed to never do it again. From that day forward, the billionaire and Maria lived happily ever after. They had a son and a daughter, and the whole family was overjoyed. The billionaire's mother loved Maria and her grandchildren, as if they were her own children. She had learned her lesson about judging others, and was now a better person thanks to Maria. Maria was overjoyed with her life. She had never imagined that she would one day marry a billionaire and live in a mansion. However, she was grateful for everything she had and knew that she was blessed. She loved her husband and children more than anything else in the world, and they adored her as well. She had never felt so loved and appreciated before. Now, let's get back to the story. After the billionaire bought Maria the new ring, he noticed that she seemed unhappy. He couldn't understand why, since he had given her the most beautiful ring he could find. He had hoped that it would make her happy, but it had the opposite effect. He then asked her what was wrong. She explained to him that she couldn't wear the ring. He was taken aback by this. He couldn't understand why she wouldn't wear such a beautiful ring. She informed him that the ring was too large for her finger, and that she could unkeep it on. The billionaire was disappointed to hear this, but he didn't want to pressure her to wear it. He loved Maria for who she was and didn't want to change her. He then requested that she return the ring so that he could exchange it for a smaller one. She was hesitant at first, but eventually agreed. The billionaire was overjoyed. He couldn't wait to surprise Maria with a new ring. He went back to the jewelry store and picked out a smaller ring that he believed would fit her perfectly. When he returned to Maria's apartment with the new ring, she was overjoyed. She couldn't believe how beautiful it was. She thanked the billionaire profusely, but he told her not to mention it. He was overjoyed to have made her happy. As their relationship grew, the billionaire became more infatuated with Maria. He couldn't understand how such a lovely and intelligent woman could be overlooked by others. He was head over heels in love with her. One day, while they were having lunch, the billionaire couldn't take his eyes off of Maria's ring. He then inquired about its origin. She explained to him that it was a family heirloom that had been handed down through generations. She also told him that she had no idea how valuable it truly was until recently. The billionaire was taken aback by this. He had never seen a ring as beautiful as Maria's. Couldn't understand how something so lovely could have been overlooked for so long. He then made up his mind to do something special for Maria. He decided to buy her a new ring. He wanted it to be even more beautiful than the one she already had. He went to a nearby jewelry store and picked out the most stunning ring he could find. It was a large diamond ring that he believed Maria would adore. He then returned to Maria's apartment with the ring. Maria was taken aback by the ring. She couldn't believe how beautiful it was. She thanked the billionaire profusely, but he told her not to mention it. He was overjoyed to have made her happy. Thank you for watching. If you liked this story, please subscribe for more amazing content. We wish you a wonderful day and hope you keep watching our videos.